vlog. My name is Adam. For May, we've got the giveaway for €50 flight sim vouchers, and also I've got a Q&A. Last month I asked everybody in my Discord if there's any questions you've got, if there's anything you want to ask me, and I'll answer it live. And I've got a few questions here. There's about 10 of them, to be honest. Some of them sent to me in private messages, some of them put them in the chat, and some of them put them on the channel. So I'm going to go through those questions, and I'm going to go through pickups that I've done recently. Somebody asked me, like, you know, what you're getting recently, so I've never really thought about, here's what I've recently acquired, like, but I will do a request to somebody. If you've got any questions that you want me to answer next month during the vlog, which will obviously be June as we're in May, then send them to me, put them in the comments of this video, send them to me on Messenger, on Discord, wherever you can get a hold of me, and I will answer and, you know, send them out. So what have I been doing since the last vlog, which was back in April? Same as always, going to work and then coming home, living life, watching films, making videos, doing flights, and also getting these models ready for painting, which is, to be honest, what I'm going to do whilst we do this stream. So I've got two. So that's all I've been up to, really. But I've got to prime all of these figures, right? All these dudes have to be primed. And the prime we use, got a couple of cans of primer. There's a black and a white. So I'll be, you know, I'll be spraying later on today, in fact, the figures that I've got here ready for priming, and then we can paint them come August for the August the 27th live stream. There'll be 12 hours of Fighting Fantasy, where from 9 AM till 9 PM we're going to be talking Fighting Fantasy. We're going to be painting these figures. We're just going to be hanging out and having fun. Hey Joshua, how's it going? If you do another P3D sim review, could you do FS Labs Concorde? No, I cannot. Sorry to say that, Joshua, but I don't own the FS Labs Concorde, and I don't own the FS Labs other planes either. In fact, I don't think I want to own them, to be honest. Nothing against the company, you know, or the quality of those planes. Absolutely fine. The price of those planes. I fly the Aerosoft Airbuses, and for what you get for what you pay is far more beneficial for what you have to pay and put up with the FS Labs ones. Like, the Aerosoft Airbus that I have are about 80 to 90% what the FS Labs are. I've modified mine, obviously. I've added things, but I can pretty much do, you know, everything the FS Labs can do, and they actually can do more. There's a feature that the FS Labs ones don't have. So you're right, Taylor, how's it going? So yeah, I'll probably never ever do the FS Labs Concorde review. I also don't agree with how they've modeled it. They've modeled it for a non-EA sim, and I prefer my sim to be EA'd with volumetric lighting and clouds and all that. But they have modeled their plane, sadly, to be not using that stuff. So I probably never will get it. I actually do have a Concorde by Digital Design, but it's absolute shite compared to FS Labs, which is really good. But in all honesty, I'm never, ever really going to fly it that much to justify the fact, as it costs like over £100. And so I don't think I'll ever fly it that much, just literally probably for the review. So I'm really sorry, Joshua, about that. But that answers your question. And while we're at it, let's just get to the Q&A, I guess, eh? And then I'll crack on with these things. In fact, I can do two things at once. So I've got the Q&A here. So we've got a few questions here. I'm going to need the readers though, because I've written them down, and I can't see that well, you know. Actually, it's a bit blurry as well. So what are you guys up to today? What's cracking on? Right, here we go. Kyan, I think I've said that right. Kyan was asking about the Aerosoft ones as well. The Aerosoft A3 family package for V5, how updated is it? Well, actually they're not that updated for V5, to be fair. They got updated for V5 when V5 first came out. They only had a couple of updates, and then that was it. And obviously Aerosoft have moved on to Microsoft, so I would say they're not fully taking advantage of the current 5.4 features. There's a lot of things that could be changed in the default installation, which would take better advantage. And also the tablet that comes with it isn't really complete either. In fact, I have to disable the tablet in the task manager, otherwise I get a whole host of problems in the sim. So I completely kill the web sim browser process, which disables completely that tablet. It doesn't really work well that great. Also, the modeling on them planes is very much P3D version 4. I don't think they've ever updated it for textures for like PBR for version 5. So I've gone ahead and I've done my own update to the PBR ring of those planes, so it fully takes advantage of V5's shaders, and I gotta say, it looks way better. Like, they shine like they should, like in real life. They look really good. I've also made some changes to the FMC, so it has some abilities that the default one doesn't. You're right, random Roblox user. Daniel, how's it going? I've done a few other modifications to the Aerosoft packages. So my planes that I use for the Aerosoft A320 have a lot more features than what you'll get default installed. So I hope that answers the question. What else we got here? FSX Forever Pilot says you've got a memory enhancer and your enhancement packs. Where can I find them? Well, anything I give away for free, I put in my Discord in the free FLIGHTSIM assets channel. When you first come in my Discord, you have to read the rules and click an icon to accept them, and then 2 other channels will pop up. And if you go in there, you can give yourself the roles to see that channel. You basically, open up my Discord as you see fit, and only see the stuff you want to see. So all of my, like, the memory enhancer for your PC, which basically clears the memory cache every however long you want to set it for, I think it's 10 minutes, keeps your computer stable, prevents stuff getting stuck in the memory. If you're using FS Labs, though, unfortunately you can't use it because they code their screens and everything into the cache of the memory, which means, if it gets wiped, your screens get disabled. Like, it's a bit silly, but that's the way they've done it. But yeah, all that for all my enhancement packs, the links to where you can download them are in the free FLIGHTSIM assets channel. Next question. I hope I'm saying this right. Tazbear Gaming. PMDG. I would like to go and buy them. I cannot find them on their website. Where can I get them from? Well, unfortunately, for P3D people, PMDG have said bye. Unfortunately, you cannot buy any of their products on their own website now. That's done and dusted. And if you have already bought some, you're only going to be able to download it from your account, I believe, up until a certain date. Always have the ability to download it from a certain date, but the activation of the ops center or the deliveries or something like that is going to be disabled after June. I think they're removing their liveries. That's what it is. But in all honesty, everything with PMDG and P3D is always a question mark. Whatever they say, I never take it at face value. They change their mind a lot, and what they say one day won't ring true the next. So I tend to just, whatever happens, happens. But yeah, you can't buy PMDG planes for P3D from PMDG. But as of today, still, on the Aerosoft website, don't tell anybody, don't let Robinob know this, but you can still buy PMDG planes on the Aerosoft website. Like the 777, the 747, I think the NGXU 73 is on there. And so if you get them now, you'll still be able to activate them through your ops center, download all the liveries you want, because by June they'll be gone. But yeah, not on PMDG's website. In fact, I do hear now that they're also backing away from Microsoft 2020, that they're no longer doing stuff for that anymore. It's all about the 24. So, man, they only supported Microsoft 2020 for 5 years. That was it. They've supported P3D V5, well, for 5 years, to be honest, as well. But they've supported FSX a lot longer, and P3D older versions a lot longer than that. But yeah, they're moving on. See you later, alligator. Richard Keane asks, Chaseplane's been acting up lately. On camera weird movements. What is the fix? Well, yeah. So I've heard a lot of people have had a lot of problems with Chaseplane in particular, but other add-ons. I've myself experienced this, although I fixed it in my sim. It doesn't, or on my PC rather, it's not a problem, and I have done a video about that. But basically what's happened is Windows 10 and 11, with a specific update, you have to be on a certain build and have a specific update, and it basically completely cocks up under the hood stuff. Like, I'm having also sound glitches as well. The sound, like, volume meter just keeps popping up constantly and sort of changing the volume, and all the settings are as they are. But I was having camera issues where suddenly the camera would just start turning on its own. You know, like, there's a lot of ghosts in the machine with that Windows update, and nothing ever happened. It never got fixed. I waited until another Windows update. Nothing, still didn't get fixed. So I investigated it myself. I found out it's to be a software to hardware interface problem. Basically, Windows, the way it configures the controllers on your operating system to the hardware, actual hardware controllers, there's some code gone stray there. And what you have to do, I mean, you're not going to see what I'm about to do, but you have to do two things to fix it. Open up your registry editor, right? And again, I have done a video on this. Open up your registry editor and go into current user for system, CurrentControlSet, control, MediaProperties, PrivateProperties, and DirectInput. I'll put this address in the description box below after this video. And basically, you want to delete all the vid folders within that subset. Once you've done that, you've then got to reset your device. And the way you do that is go into the classic control panel and open up your device manager, and then you have to identify which USB you're having the issue with. So for me, it was my joystick, because I have my camera assignments on that joystick. You then have to identify the USB that it's plugged up to, uninstall the device, and then take the USB out, restart your PC, and when you plug it back in, it will then reinstall your device, resetting the default joystick. And the camera, that I had to redo everything as well with Chaseplane. And then it, honestly, I haven't had that issue. It's fixed. It's done. So job solved. So if you're having Chaseplane issues, do that. Again, I've done a video about it. What's the next one? Sorry if this is taking a while. Keen AV has said, what's your setup for watching films for your reviews. So I've been doing some film reviews lately, and I've got loads more to come. And I've also grabbed a load of more films as well that I'll be reviewing. And basically, I have a projector and I have a 65-inch 4K TV. It's an OLED, and that's connected up to my amplifier, which is a THX receiver, and all the speakers are THX certified, I believe, or they fall within the specifications for what the THX specification is. And the speakers are like floor standing cinema speakers, and the amplifier has my 4K Blu-ray player plugged into it, going through the telly, and then I've got a DVD SACD player, which is connected to a video processor going into the amplifier and then onto the telly. And I've got a vinyl player and a cassette player, and everything's connected through the amplifier. So I got full surround, big screen, and I can watch DVDs like this, right, upscaled to 4K, and it just looks like Blu-ray quality. No joke. Like, DVDs look amazing on my setup. So, like, these DVDs cost me like £2 each on eBay. So, 2,468, £8 for 4 films where the quality is the same as Blu-ray. I ain't buying a Blu-ray. If the extra features on these discs are the same that are on the Blu-ray, which pretty much for all of them that is true, then what's the point in buying a Blu-ray, which is like 10, 15 quid, when I can get the DVD for £2 and it looks the same. I've done reviews of DVDs so you can see the quality on that DVD in my setup. I get my phone, take a picture of the screen, and you can see what I'm seeing. I've even taken video as well, and honestly, and plus also, I mean, I feel like I'm going on a rant now, but 4K ain't all it's cracked up to be, so don't get suckered into buying a 4K film. Cooley says, Simfly, do they support free games? So Simfly is a company who created an add-on that you fly in the sim, you earn in-game currency, and then you can take that in-game currency, you know, that the virtual economy that they've made, and they've registered a Bitcoin on the market. So you can transfer the in-game currency that you've made through flying around in the sim, and you can, you know, sell it on the actual real life stock exchange market, and it'll churn itself into Bitcoin, which you can then put into your bank account and get paid real money. If it takes off or not, I don't know. It's still in the development phase. But when you say about free games, yeah, I mean, it's for flight sims, so it's for X-Plane, which is payware, P3D payware, Microsoft 2020 and 2024, they're both payware, unless you have the Xbox Game Pass, in which case you can get the standard version for free. So I don't know if they support free games. I don't think I'm really understanding the question, Sunshine, to be honest. Kartikeya, how you doing? Do you know what? I'm not welcoming it all in, everybody. I'm seeing absolutely brand new names here that I've never met before. So welcome to my channel if you're coming for the first time. This only happens once a month, this live vlog. I don't do it all the time. So, who else we got? Blasp. This is an old question. The VC10, is it best to buy it off Sim Market or Just Flight's website? Well, the VC10 I reviewed works absolutely fine, and I got mine through Sim Market because they give me products to do video reviews for. So I got to review the VC10, and I got it off Sim Market. Now, through other people then going to purchase it, and I think one person went to the Just Flight website instead of going to Sim Market off my recommendation, And he was having problems, a whole host of problems, and it turns out the Just Flight version wasn't as updated as the Sim Market version. So if you buy it off Sim Market, you'll get the latest version, whereas if you get it from Just Flight, there's an update missing that is quite important. So yeah, I would recommend getting it from Sim Market. To be honest, Sim Market is great, and at the end of this video, I'm going to announce a person who is going to win 50 euros of FLIGHTSIM vouchers that you can go spend at Sim Market, and I do that every other month, and today is the giveaway month for one lucky viewer. And to be in with a chance to win, you have to have commented on P3D videos for the past 2 months and be a subscriber to my channel, and that's it. So if you're a subscriber to my channel and you've commented on a P3D video in the last 2 months, you're in the giveaway automatically. Final question is from FSX Legend. He says, does anyone still support P3D? Mate, that's a good question, that is, mate. That is a very good question. I tell you this, yes. There is loads of support for P3D. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Majestic, FS Dream Team, Orbex, and then a whole host of other sort of smaller developers as well that haven't maybe got their name out as big as, say, like PMDG or A2A, who both have now abandoned P3D. Although A2A hasn't, I guess, yeah, they have actually. They have officially stated it. So there has been a lot of people who are, you know, going for that money from Microsoft, and they've said, yeah, we're not making anything more for P3D, guys, but all their products still work in every version of P3D, and they all work fine. There's no problems. So they don't need to update them. Obviously, they're not going to bring out any future products. That's a shame, but I'm happy with what I've got from them, and thank you for making them, guys, and good luck to your future. But there is still loads of developers for P3D. Obviously, Lockheed Martin are still developing P3D. They're working on V6 and whatever is coming next. Probably, maybe, allegedly, all that legal jargon, so I don't get in trouble. But yeah, there's still loads of the old classic developers. You know, Hi-Fi Simulation still supports P3D. Even though they've got the weather engine in Microsoft, they still support the P3D. Majestic still update the Dash 400, the Q400, and that's a really good plane. There is FS Dream Team is probably the best developer, FS Dream Team, because they have GSX and GSX2 as well as their airports, and they're constantly updating it. In fact, I think there's a new update for P3D V5, which I haven't updated yet, because I have the old saying of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's working, don't update it. Just wait until there's a problem and then run the updater. And I always find that's worked for me well. So that's all the questions. But yeah, there's still loads of support for P3D. When people say P3D is dead, I just laugh, because it just means it's dead for that person who said that. That's all. It's not dead at all. There's still just under 3,000 users on P3D, you know, currently. You know, the Navigraph survey, don't believe that bullshit. That was done by fanatics of Microsoft and Navigraph customers. That's not indicative of the flight sim community as a whole, who I would say over maybe just under half don't even go online. They use their sim and they don't take part in the online community. The Navigraph survey is really about the online community, which obviously currently is all about the Microsoft. So, of course, them results are just bollocks, basically. Anyway, I need to get cracking here. I've got to blue tack all these suckers on here. So I need to start blue tacking some shit. So, oh yeah, I was going to say the things. Oh, I did show them. Yeah, so these are the most recent things I got in like the last 2 months. I got Thomas Crown Affair on DVD. I got The Thing, the Collector's Edition Region 1, so it doesn't miss anything out. I watched this one recently, the extended cut. That was actually pretty interesting. I've never seen this before. Quite liked it. I'll do a review on it. And then Time Cop, right? This came out on 4K recently, but I gotta say, I'm not impressed with the 4K at all. This is the Australian version of Time Cop, and on it, it has the DTS version and the 5.1 version, and that's it. Whereas the English copy of Time Cop has got like 5 different soundtracks on it, and there's 4 minutes cut from this version. So I prefer the uncut version with just a choice of 2 soundtracks, whereas this film's video quality has been degraded because half of the disc is like multi-language soundtracks. Don't need that. And I'm not into getting that 4K because it's slightly altered the colors of the print from the theatrical version, and the special effects look even more wank than they did on DVD. So it's like, why would I want to get a film on a disc where it looks worse in terms of the special effects? Yeah, the picture's 4K, colors are bold, the whites are brilliant, but if it makes it look worse, why would I want to bother with that? So this just looks like a Blu-ray, and this cost me £2. So I'm not going to buy the Blu-ray for 10 quid when I can buy the film for 2 quid and enjoy it just the same. So that's what I've been getting. I bet next month, honestly, it'll be a lot different in terms of pickups, though, because I've just placed an order for something which cannot wait. But anyway, time to blue tack. So if anybody's got any more questions, fire away. But I've got to put blue tack on all my figures and then stick them on this. And then I'm going to go outside in the nice sun and I'm going to spray primer all over these fuckers. And then they're ready for painting. So August the 27th is when I'll be painting these live on stream. Bit nervous about that. And it's Fighting Fantasy, Global Fighting Fantasy Day, International Game Book Day. I've got nowhere to stick this. So join along, 12 hours of pure fun. My battery to my phone is going down, so I will have to go in like 5 minutes. And this vlog has been 30 minutes. Jesus. Vlogs are only meant to be 10 minutes for me. 10-minute vlog, that's all I need. But if there's no more questions, I'll end it. And I'll get cracking on this, to be honest. I've got about 50 of them to do here. There's loads of them. Oh, the giveaway. I forgot about the giveaway. Let me get my glasses out of the way. I have written down the name of the person. So, the person who won 50 euros of FLIGHTSIM vouchers for Sim Market goes by the name of, is this Angel or Angry? I think it's Anger of Stick Fan or Angel of Stick Fan, one of the two. I know which one you are. I've got your number anyway. So contact me on my About page. You've just won 50 euros. And in July, we will pull another grand prize out. Another winner out the hat. So that's the giveaway done. Oh, do you know what, man? Crack open a beer. Cheers. Ah, put that there. Yeah. Oh, this Sunday as well, if anybody's still watching, this Sunday we're doing Fighting Fantasy. And the book is Moonrunner. Should have said this at the beginning, really. Moonrunner. We do this every other Sunday, and last time it was Star Wars Day. Had a blast, had a real fun time doing that. And this Sunday, day after tomorrow, because it's Friday today, I think, we'll be doing Moonrunner. And if you join as a member on my channel, you'll have access to all the past years worth of Fighting Fantasy streams we've done. Pardon me. And we've done a few. And they're all available to past members. And if you're into flight simulation, every time I fly a plane that I've never flown before, that also goes to my members. And there's a whole host of other videos available just to my members as a thank you for being a member. So go check them out. If you're not joined up already, just click the join button down below, and you can, for as little as 99p, which is nothing, to be honest. So yeah, anyway, I want to crack on with these, and I'll see everybody later, guys, because it's been over 30 minutes. Cheers.